This is your weekly message from your source, your creator, your God, your higher power, your universe, your mother nature, whatever it is that you identify with that leads you to your joy, leads you to your best and highest self, the highest vibrational love and light. That energy has utilized the law of attraction and has brought us together. So I am so grateful to hold this space for you for your weekly message of January 10th, 2022. And I do believe that is through the 17th. Am I correct? The 16th. So this message, you're going to find this year as the outside world becomes louder, crazier, confusing, scarier. Spirit says we're going to get cozier. We're going to get quieter. We're going to go deeper. I was listening to an amazing message today. Again, divine timing. Oops, by accident. I love those. Coincidence. Spirit says, I came up with the word because if I didn't, you would never see the coincidences. So it was a message from Eckhart Tolle about a Bible passage, which I thought was interesting because I try to stay away from all of that. Not that I'm against it. I hate the biblical and religious disclaimers. There should be none. But nonetheless, in many books, there are phenomenal lessons. And this book happens to have a lesson in the New Testament about building your house on the rock. And, we hear that, and then some of us Christians, and we're like, yay, the house on the rock. But we actually don't forget. We don't take the time to go deeper. And that message is so very much about why we came, why we're here, why we're still here. You must go deeper to build your house. You are the house on the rock that is your truth, your sanity, your peace, your faith. As he said, this transcendent dimension of heaven on earth within you. Again, may I remind your sweet, beautiful ego that this is not a religious venture. I am the farthest from religious. I respect and honor. However, I'm so much more comfortable in the freedom of spirituality because it's more of what I am. And going deeper allows us to go past that ego, which also is so innocently part of our human being. None of this is out of order. Many people are calling this the Great Awakening. I've been talking about it since 2009. Spirit called it the movement within. It evolved into the Spirit Posse. Technically, it just means you've been awake. You were born woke. And that is so much of a gift that we have to not embrace, but cherish, use, lean into. Take a breath with me. And go deeper. Hold that breath. That first breath will always allow us to work with the ego and rise above. Open your mouth and exhale. In the first breath, the ego will constantly try very loudly and very cleverly to distract you. Because if you do align with your joy or your peace or your truth, the ego is not in charge or needed. And it cannot survive. And we live in a vibrational world of survival of the fittest. So it is important that we remember that part of us very much is a creature, like a cat, or a dog, or an elephant, or a whale, or a bunny. We are part of nature. We're mammals. There is so much that is habitual and repetitive and patterns, and we are waking up to the reality that so much isn't working for us and never has, and that's okay. And we're standing in the reality and the glory of our truth that says we're still standing in the reality and the glory of our truth. Going deeper allows us to go into that second breath where we take our power back. We kind of step into it. So inhale through your nose the best you can. If you can't, inhale through your mouth. And I want you to hold that breath in your gut. This is your solar plexus chakra control center. Hold the breath there. Open your mouth and exhale. Let go. Dump the junk, the low vibes. It doesn't matter. Get it going, gone. And now we're going to go into a third breath because we do well in threes. Take a breath in, holding that breath again in your gut or wherever you feel it is needed most. Trust your body. And open your mouth and slowly exhale. Let go. You, my divine, beautiful light, able, lit, on, perfect timing, divine order. You just aligned. You just changed your levels of consciousness. You went from one vibe to another, and it simply just took your willingness and commitment, which was technically a few seconds. I don't even think it was more than 2 minutes. You worked with your ego. There was no bloodshed. And it kind of was like, wow, look, you and I are both occupying the same space. My awareness allows me to choose which way I want to go, which is why we go to that second breath, because you do feel good. Take a second breath, right? And you want to breathe in for 4. If you have a problem with me not talking in your brain when you're doing this, you want to inhale for a count of 4, hold for a count of 4, and exhale for a count of 5, 6, or 7. You know, you'll find your rhythm, but counting allows your brain to focus on one thing, because so many of us are so sensitive that we are oversensitive, and any kind of stimuli can distract us. We are all over. We are up and down and intuitively in the next moment. And Eckhart Tolle says, any time that your awareness is projected into the future or the past, into another moment, you will experience fear, because there will be anxiety. There will be anxiety. So the best place to be is in the present moment, where technically nothing is to fear. There is no fear right here, right now. Just breathe the power of the safety, just feeling safe, giving yourself permission just to feel safe while you did your 3 breaths. You changed your levels of consciousness. Some of you might have counted to keep your brain focused so it's not all over. And when you do this throughout the day, every time you're on the toilet, because you will be there again, you are a mammal. Anywho, when you do this throughout the day, you're meditating, you're in a meditative state, you are tapping in to the tapped in, tuned in, turned on part of who you are. The ego is not who you are, it is part of your caboose. It's part of your caboose. And you have evolved to the point where I'm calling all of you hybrids, because you're in a place of awareness where you are receiving this message. You know, as Deepak Chopra says, Who is the observer? Ooh, that's going to give you some goosebumps or some God bumps. Let yourself shock yourself. Let yourself blow your socks off. Let yourself inspire yourself. Catch yourself enjoying yourself. Catch yourself doing things that are good and praising yourself. Catch yourself giving yourself everything you've ever needed that you never got. And breathe that in. And that is where you start to go deeper. That is where you evolve. And because you go there, you are allowing the whole that we are, the species, to evolve too. Because you know why? It is possible to live together and to respect each other and to see the light and the life in each other. Somehow, some way, more importantly, the truth is to navigate through the inner world in our truth, and we've got to learn that. So many of us are so good at using our abilities in the truths of others. And Spirit says, no. This week, let us go softer. Let us get cozier. Let us reintroduce ourselves. It is good to meet you. It is good to be you. It is so good to be you. Just let that resonate. Thank you for being a part of this journey. I ask and I encourage you to share this message on your social media pages, in your email, with your friends, with your family, with your business partners. You know, moving forward, we're either going to thrive or we're not. It's not happiness is not a half-ass job. It never has been and it never will be. So we're either going to be on in all parts of our life or we're going to be struggling. And if you have made it this far in this message, you know you are beyond the struggle. You are now in your moment of truth. I will see you at the extended message. I will see you at aprilroane.com. And I want you to remember that God is present. Love is real. And you are gold.